Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is PescaroDB, and today I'm doing something I typically don't like to do, but after a month of trying to remain positive and hopeful for the future of this game, I'm gonna have to go on a little rant here, and I have my reasons for sure. But today we're gonna be discussing what I'd like to say, the disappointing release of Season 1 of Call of Duty Vanguard. Now don't get me wrong. This game came out November 5th, and from just a core gameplay perspective, I really enjoy it. I feel like it moves great, other than the packet bursts every 2 seconds. I feel like most of the maps are pretty fun. The gunplay is good. Like, everything feels good about just the basic core gameplay. But the game definitely released with a heavy lack of content regarding ranked play or competitive play, as well as the staple third mode, zombies, which, although this is a Sledgehammer Call of Duty title, they had Treyarch help out with the zombies this year. So technically, Treyarch is in charge of the zombies part of this game. And they both, released. There was no ranked play at launch. Zombies was very bare bones, and not even the true round-based zombies that we're accustomed to. I mean, ever since 2008 with World at War. And when the game first came out, because I was enjoying it from a gameplay, just basic gameplay perspective, I said, all right, look, they just finished Call of Duty Cold War, and with Treyarch having just finished that and now having to work on Vanguard zombies, like, I'm sure they're a little backed up. Like, let's just give them some time. But I definitely was disappointed just by the lack of release of a ranked play at launch, just because, like, you took months to release that when Cold War was out. And it's like you literally could have just copy and pasted that, essentially, maybe made a few tweaks. But they didn't do that, and they didn't even have a third competitive mode until just recently, with the announcement that Control is back as a third competitive game mode for the CDL this year and for challengers. But my main problem right now with Activision, I don't want to say that it's Sledgehammer or Treyarch necessarily, because I know that most of these decisions come from the top, and that would be Activision, who's under fire for a number of things outside of the game at the moment. But I'm not going to discuss that. I'm going to stick into Call of Duty. And the biggest disappointment for me has been the blatant disregard for 2/3 of Call of Duty's fan base and player base. They clearly are putting 110% of their focus into Warzone. The one thing that we really did get with the Season 1 release was the new Pacific Caldera map with the Vanguard integration for Warzone. And I have not personally played it myself, so I can't speak on it exactly as to how I feel about it. Although after watching some gameplay and seeing that there's still the MW UI and HUD, and like things like stim shots are still the ones from MW, even though there's a stim shot in Vanguard, it definitely looks out of place and incomplete and, quite frankly, rushed. So I don't know when or if I'll be hopping on that anytime soon. And look, my problem is not with with Warzone streamers, Warzone players. Look, I know there's people out there that love and enjoy this game and this game mode. When it first came out during the pandemic, I thought it was great. I liked that Call of Duty entered the Battle Royale space and did a good job with it. And although the time to develop it compared to other Battle Royales like Fortnite was slow, I still thought it was an enjoyable experience for the most part. But Activision has realized that Warzone is what is bringing in the money for them right now, from the standpoint of skins and weapon variants and all this other stuff that people can buy in the store, along with the typical battle pass system that we see in most video games now. And quite frankly, because of this, they're following the money. I mean, it is a company after all, and they're following the money, and they are just showing a clear disrespect or disregard for the zombies community and for the multiplayer ranked competitive community as well. I mean, starting off with speaking on how they're kind of throwing zombies to the side. I mean, this game mode right now has no content in it whatsoever. You hop in, and to advance the round, you have to do one of three, and I think they added a new one, so now one of four types of challenges. There's not even pack-a-punch skins when you upgrade. And there's not an Easter egg. One of the things that a lot of zombies players, such as myself, have been doing since they started coming out with World at War is Easter eggs, where you do these little quests, and there's like a storyline to it, and it makes it fun. And you don't have to do it. I mean, even just round-based zombies back in the day, seeing how far you could go on Kino der Toten or something like that was a very enjoyable thing to do. But this zombies mode they've got the baseline elements to start a story. There's these aether gods, and they talk to you while you're playing based on like what ability you're using, and there's elements there for the foundation of content. But we are now a month into the game, and we are now in the beginning of season 1, and this mode still has no content and is missing a lot of just basic features, like I said, such as the pack-a-punch skins, and quite frankly, aside from when it's double XP and you want to rank up your weapons in a stress-free environment, if you will, zombies is just not fun. It pains me to say that. It hurts to say that, because, I mean, let's all be honest. Everyone in the zombies community can admit that ever since Black Ops 3, which was by far the peak of Call of Duty Zombies, the game mode has definitely been on a downward trend, as we'll say, for sure. I mean, Black Ops 4 was still very fun in my opinion, but that was the start of Activision wanting to enter the Battle Royale space. So instead of Treyarch getting to make a campaign for Black Ops 4 or getting to really focus on their zombies content, they had to put a lot of time and effort and money, probably, into creating Blackout, which was the first iteration of Call of Duty Battle Royale. And in turn, the cutscenes, whenever you did the zombies storyline Easter eggs, were now like comic book style rather than like an actual animated scene like they were in Black Ops 3. And just the mode, it seemed like creativity was kind of going out the window, because maps such as Alpha Omega, Blood of the Dead, which was at launch, Tag der Toten, which was the last map that we have seen our beloved crew of Richtofen, Nikolai, Dempsey, and Takio. That was just a remake, a reskin of Call of the Dead from Black Ops 1. So they clearly were in that process of reusing elements, not really creating anything new. But I would say for the most part, the gameplay still felt the same, and there's still pack-a-punch skins, and it was a round-based experience. And then moving into Cold War, it just felt like the game got really easy. It was still round-based, but there was just so much stuff you could do, like all the perks you could get, and all the special abilities, and just everything about it was still very... It was just very easy, and also the characters were out the window. You were just playing as multiplayer operators, and they didn't even talk, so it was a very lifeless experience, if you will, not immersive at all, except for following the storyline of Samantha Maxis post Black Ops 4. And overall, and now here we are with Vanguard zombies, which are still being made by Treyarch. And I just think all that time and energy that they had to put elsewhere instead of into the zombies mode has really just thrown the whole mode to the side. It's kind of just like there for the casual person to play for an hour or so and move on from it and not think twice about it. And it's sad, because that has been and always will be one of my favorite modes in Call of Duty and some of the best memories I've ever had on this franchise. And it just feels like zombies, much like the next thing we're about to talk with competitive and ranked play, has just been completely put to the side or shelved, if you will, because Call of Duty feels like the only thing that is worth putting time and effort into is Warzone. And so moving on to ranked play and competitive, as I said earlier, Vanguard drops, there's no ranked playlist in the game. And I know some people want to try to make that look bad by comparing it to Halo having ranked play at release, but I don't even think that's necessarily the right comparison to make. Halo Infinite was made over a 6-year time frame. If they didn't have stuff like that, that would be a really bad look. Call of Duty obviously is a yearly release, but in this case, Modern Warfare didn't have ranked play. Modern Warfare 2019, that is. Black Ops Cold War got ranked play a few months into the game's life cycle, and now Vanguard's back to not having a ranked playlist. You just had a ranked playlist in the last game. You could have just carried that over, or something along the lines of that, or even reused the one from Call of Duty World War II, which was also made by Sledgehammer, and for the most part, it seemed to be a mode that people enjoyed compared to other ranked playlists. But no, they launched the game, and we're also now into the release of Season 1. No ranked playlist. Okay. But what about the Call of Duty League? The $1 million league that all these organizations had to pay tons of money to be a part of, and we completely scrapped all the tournaments and stuff that were a great part of the CWL, Call of Duty World League. And we've got this, and we don't have any of the rules set. We don't have a third game mode until, like I said, just recently they were like, oh, I guess we'll just run Control again. And we don't even have an idea of when this league is supposed to start. The Halo Championship Series, or HCS, is already 3 events in across multiple regions, and next weekend they will be hosting the first LAN event, the HCS kickoff, in Raleigh, North Carolina, right here where I'm at, and yeah, bet I'll be there. Super excited for that. And I mean, there's just so much buzz around all that, and it's exciting. And then there's nothing with Call of Duty League. I mean, the players seem like they have no idea what's going on, unless they're just putting on a show and Call of Duty is just going to wow us, which I highly doubt, unless it was something to do with Warzone, because that's all they seem to care about. And I mean, it just seems like the teams are clueless, the players are clueless, the league is clueless. Everyone just has no idea what's going on with competitive Call of Duty right now, and it's a damn shame, because there have been so many great moments in Call of Duty history revolving around the competitive scene, and that too, like zombies, feels like it's just getting pushed to the side, which to me makes no sense. Like, look, I love zombies, but I can kind of understand. It was always the third game mode, and it's not like what Call of Duty was built on. It's it's kind of its own thing. I understand that one kind of getting pushed to the side as much as I hate it, but your multiplayer and competitive player base, like, that's literally Call of Duty. That is what makes Call of Duty. Warzone is a new aspect of and variation of Call of Duty, but your multiplayer and competitive community are what make Call of Duty what it is. And to completely toss all that to the side and go into this new season with absolutely no idea what's going on is just such a disappointment for me as a competitive fan and someone that enjoys playing the ranked playlists. And I mean, even the minor leagues, if you will, of the Call of Duty League, the Challenger scene has taken such a hit. So many players that have been competing in Challengers are starting to transition over to Halo, because the path to pro in Call of Duty is pretty much non-existent. And to top it off, the first 2 Challengers events of this season aren't even going to grant pro points. What's the point? It's basically glorified scrims, which they already are all scrimming right now for hours on end every day, even though they have no idea when the season actually starts. Like, they are totally just screwing over their pro players, they're screwing over their amateur players, and essentially they have just determined that the only thing important with Call of Duty is Warzone and the Warzone community. And I mean, it's kind of funny because they even screwed them over. The biggest thing that was touted alongside a new Warzone map for Call of Duty Vanguard was the release of an anti-cheat, because Warzone has a lot of cheaters and hackers in it, and it causes a lot of problems in tournaments with a lot of money involved. So Activision or whoever it was told us, hey, we're releasing this new anti-cheat along with the new Warzone map. It's called Ricochet, and it's going to solve a lot of the problems. And people were excited. I mean, I thought it was great because it sucks when you see your favorite streamers playing in a tournament and they get screwed over by some kid who lives in their parents' basement and can't accept losing every once in a while. I mean, it's a damn shame that that was happening and that it happens in many games, but Call of Duty finally took the steps to add an anti-cheat, except they didn't because it's still not out yet. And that even screws over the Warzone players. So, I mean, it's just, I just don't know what's going on. I think Activision is really, like, because of all the issues outside of their gaming franchises, that it's causing the gaming franchises to actually suffer a lot. And I personally just feel like Call of Duty, they might need to consider switching to non-annual releases, because if they keep putting out games like this, and you know, with true competitors out there now like Halo, you're not going to have a player base left except for your free Warzone experience. And yes, I know free games bring in a lot of money, Fortnite perfect example, but like, you're not going to be able to sell a $60 Call of Duty title every year when you only care about one mode and that mode happens to be free. Like, they need to really take a look at themselves in the mirror and determine what's important, what communities they're willing to support of their player base, and they need to just be honest, because it is infuriating, honestly, as someone who, like I said, very, in the very beginning, enjoys the gameplay and most of the maps and the gunplay. I mean, I genuinely enjoy Call of Duty Vanguard when I'm playing multiplayer, but the lack of content across all modes outside of Warzone is just disrespectful to the majority of the Call of Duty player base, and it just makes you question whether Activision even will continue supporting these other modes, because it sure as hell doesn't seem like it. And like I said, guys, I really don't enjoy having to bash a franchise that I've loved for so long. I mean, I've been playing Call of Duty since Call of Duty 2 on the Xbox, and me and my friends would argue if we were looking at each other's screens in split screen, and we always were, but you'd yell at each other and try to act like, oh, no, I didn't. But, I mean, it sucks to have to rant about a franchise I really love, and just seeing the direction they're going. And even as someone who's been trying to show support and understanding for the past month, I couldn't keep going any longer. It's hard, and I feel like this is stuff that needed to be said. And obviously, I'm not someone with big influence yet in the online or creator space yet, but these are just things that I felt needed to be said, and I'm sure will be echoed by many other people who feel the same way. So if you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to leave a like, comment on the video. I want to know your thoughts, if you're feeling the same way, if I'm out of line, trying to say that Warzone's the only mode that matters these days. I mean, let me know your thoughts. And if you like the content, please be sure to subscribe. It would really support the channel and help me continue to grow my content, and I would really appreciate it. And until next time, I hope you have a fantastic day. Top, top, top.